to the end of Tuesday. We're midway through qualifying. Well, 3 rounds into 5-round run. Joining me is, well, it's Ollie, isn't it? Hi.
Hi Matt. Yeah, 3 rounds down today, 2 more rounds of qualifying to go tomorrow. It's been quite exciting, been up in the commentary box, been streaming loads of it online, so thank you to everyone who's been watching along online with us. It's been really 3 interesting rounds of qualifying.
It has been running very smoothly, which is a rare occurrence. What do 2 English blokes do when they're on holiday? They talk about the weather. The weather's been great today, hasn't it?
It has been. It's been 30-something degrees. I lost track of the thermometer because I can't count above 30. Paul's been sweating. Matt's been sweating. We've been sharing T-shirts and deodorant. And now qualifying's finished and it started to rain again.
It started to rain, which makes a change really, doesn't it, for this event? It always rains. Something else that's not that much of a change. Lee Martin, currently TQ. TQ 3 rounds, so...
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Lee Martin and the weather. Again, Lee Martin being British, I guess that helps with the weather, but that always happens every time we come to the 2-wheel drive Euros, it seems. Yeah, Lee looked unstoppable, really, in the first couple of rounds of qualifying. Hupo got really close to him, though, in that 3rd round of qualifying.
Yes, well, Lee, very dominant in 2-wheel drive. I had a chat to him earlier and asked him, just what are your priorities, bearing in mind 4-wheel drive's coming up next?
To be honest, the first steps to retain this one. After that, then everything obviously goes into 4-wheel drive. Going pretty well with both cars this year, so hoping to do both.
So there you go. It's all about 2-wheel drive. That's the event we're on. The rain's getting heavier. You were saying Hupo getting closer.
Yeah, certainly in the last round of qualifying, Hupo really challenging Lee. Got the gap down over the last second half of the race, really closed it down, but then lost a few seconds on the last lap, dropped him potentially from TQ in that last round. Hupo, of course, a former European champion, so he knows electric buggy racing. He's an Austrian driver as well, so he's quite local to the track. He has been here for practice before. I think he's been one to watch as we go on through this event.
Well, that is what we're looking for, drivers that can make this interesting. Not just a Lee Martin, we love it, but not just a Lee Martin fest. We want people to come in and at least have a potential of challenging him, which I'm sure they can. Hupo's teammate, Jorn, not the same story for him.
No, certainly not. Spoke to Jorn after his first round of qualifying. Started off really well. He was challenging Lee straight away, straight out the door in that first round of qualifying, and then he just dropped off the track, it seemed. Went and spoke to him after the race. Turns out the rotor inside his motor broke in that first round of qualifying, so that put him down on the back foot right at the race start. He then had to take a second round sort of just to get a banker run in there, had a steady second round, got a decent time in there, and then really stepped up in the 3rd round, but still wasn't quite able to challenge Lee's times.
Yes, well, I've been looking today at 1/8 rallycross drivers who I hear getting involved in 4-wheel drive. One of them was David Rannefalk. He's had a bit of controversy, hasn't he?
Well, yeah, let's put it out there. He's been super quick. He's got a chance of making the podium for sure. However, for the control practice round, he didn't get out to marshal in time. Now, I spoke to the referee, Franz Heinsbruck, and Franz knows the rules inside out, and he quoted the exact rule number to me. And unfortunately, that means that David is going to lose his best score from qualifying. Although it was in control practice, he didn't go out to marshal because it counts in the heat sorting order. It counts an official round of the event, and therefore the driver has to lose his fastest time. So he's quick, but he's got that hanging over him, so not sure how it's going to play out come the finals. Well,
I asked him what impact that had on him going forwards.
I'm always driving better when I'm under pressure. Yeah. So I think I feel pretty confident. I will just make a smooth round and hope I can get top 10, and then I think I'm in the A main. So.
Well, certainly very determined there, and there'll be more from him tomorrow when you get to see my little tour of the pits, meeting people who I haven't seen before at one of these Euros. The rain is blurring the scraps of notes that Ollie made for me on here, but it does say, right off today, start fresh tomorrow. One person that really wants to do that will be Bradders, Paul Bradby. I captured quite a bit of him pirouetting, somersaulting, cartwheeling. What's that all about?
Well, I spoke to Paul after his 2nd round of qualifying, and Paul is a very quick driver. He's certainly got the pace to challenge Neil, Lee, those guys in the UK. Comes to Europe, also has the good results. He was in the A-final the last 2 years. We've seen he's got the speed in the car, but he just said the track keeps catching him out. It's not one part in particular. The 3 fingers on the track were one area, though, that he did mention again that was catching him out, but now the track's changing every round. It's changing a little bit every lap, and just a few little mistakes from him, and that's what really cost him, I think.
The track has coped better today than it did yesterday, would you not think? By the end of today, there weren't quite so many craters over there in Crater Corner.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. such a difference from yesterday to today. I mean, the drivers have been saying that a whole load of work was done on the track overnight, and they've been sweeping it between every single race. The track's held up really well. We've had a nice black groove appearing. Weirdly, this overnight rain is actually potentially going to be a good thing if it keeps raining like this, and I'm getting quite wet, so I'm guessing it is going to keep raining, because that will just compact the track down. The little bits of loose dust that are now appearing on the surface, that will hold them in place, so hopefully should make an awesome track for tomorrow's finals.
Yes, 2 more rounds of qualifying. We want to get inside, basically, so we're going to wrap this up now because we're getting wet and Paul has the chance of being electrocuted. He's worried about that with the lightning that keeps happening in the background. But just finally, those last 2 rounds, they're very important for some drivers, not so important for the likes of Lee Martin because he's up there, but people like Paul Bradby, have already mentioned, he needs to do well. What could those last 2 rounds be like? It's going to be slower for the first one, isn't it?
Well, we really don't know. It depends what happens overnight with the rain. If it rains a lot, if it rains not much. There's a round of practice first thing in the morning to groove the track up. Lee's still going to make use of those 2 rounds of qualifying tomorrow morning, though. He wants to try some things out in his car. He knows he's definitely going to be on the front 2 place on the grid now. He's not wrapped up the TQ spot completely yet, so chance to try some things out, try some different lines, try some different things with the car. And then you got guys like Paul, who really have just got to get 2 solid top 5 runs in, really, to be where he would want to be by the end of qualifying.
Well, the one thing we know about tomorrow is that we don't really know. We also know that the best way for you to find out is to tune into EFRA.ws, watch the live stream, hear Ollie's beautiful dulcet tones pretty much all day tomorrow. You're going to be non-stop, aren't you?
I think so. I mean, we've got 2 rounds of qualifying to go. Those top heats are going to be out there. It's still a challenge for TQ, and it's certainly a challenge just to get 2nd on the grid, let alone 10th on the grid. So anyone within reason can make the A final at the moment. That's going to be fascinating. Then we've got 3 A finals action. They should be brilliant. This track is demanding, it's tough, there's going to be mistakes from the drivers. It's the person who makes the least mistakes and is the fastest is going to win this European Championships.
Thank you to everybody who's tuned in today. We've all had a good time, haven't we? The rain's actually easing off now, so we're going to go and have a beer, and we'll see you tomorrow here on EFRA.ws. Bye from me.
And bye from him.